Jennifer stepped into a world that felt unreal. Crystal lights, soft music, people who spoke in confidence, not hope. Simon introduced her like she already belonged. Names she had only seen in film credits now smiled at her, shook her hand, remembered her face. Compliments came easily, too easily. "You have potential," someone said. Her heart raced. The life she had imagined in silence. The dream she had been manifesting for years. Now standing right in front of her, breathing, smiling, opening doors. And for the first time, she didn't see Simon as a person. She saw him as a path, a shortcut, a road that could finally take her to the future she wanted. That morning, Ethan woke up different. Not hopeful, not angry, just empty. He didn't check his phone anymore. Didn't crave her voice. Didn't wait. At work, he spoke less, smiled less, cared less. That night, he deleted their photos. Not out of anger, but out of survival. Because he already knew the truth. He had known it from the start. Once she entered that world, she wouldn't come back. He wasn't trying to forget her. He was trying to learn how to live without someone he never wanted to lose. Jennifer stepped deeper into a world that finally felt like it was hers. Names she had only seen in credits now smiled at her. Doors opened. Opportunities stacked up, faster than she had imagined. She should have felt proud, so why did she feel heavy? She stepped onto the balcony. The city of lights glowed below, bright, alive, endless. This was the world she wanted, so why did it feel like she had left something precious behind? Wasn't this her dream? The dream she swore was worth any sacrifice? She opened her phone, typed Ethan's name, then stopped. Because for the first time, she didn't know what she would be calling him back for. She had chosen this life. She had chosen Simon. Months passed like this. Jennifer got a small project to work on. One step closer to the life she had chased so fiercely. The life she had chosen over everything else. Over Ethan. And Ethan. Ethan became someone who was only breathing, not living. He lost his job. Focus had abandoned him long before his employer did. The hope that once pushed him forward now existed in a different world. A world he could never reach. A world where he could never compete. Bills piled up, unpaid. The fridge stayed empty. Hunger knocked, but he didn't answer. Even eating felt unnecessary. Months blurred together. Then months turned into a year. Ethan became unrecognizable. Pale, hollow, like someone who had already died but forgotten to stop breathing. He stopped talking, explaining, reaching out. He isolated himself for months. Friends tried, they checked in, they stayed. They told him this is just a phase. But what they didn't understand, this wasn't a phase. This was his life. Jennifer hadn't been a part of his life. She was his life. And when she left, she didn't just take love with her. She took the meaning of living from Ethan. Sometimes, loving someone isn't the problem, but when that someone becomes your entire world, you slowly disappear from your own. That's what happened to Ethan. He wasn't losing himself anymore. He had already lost himself the moment he accepted the truth that Jennifer was never coming back. One night, Ethan sat alone. The pain was no longer sharp, just dull, constant, everywhere. The kind of pain that doesn't scream anymore. The city went silent for Ethan. Cars still passed, lights still flickered, people still lived. But for him, the noise had stopped mattering. His room was dark. Unpaid bills on the floor, dust on memories. A phone that hadn't lit up with her name in over a year. He sat on the edge of the bed for a long time. Not thinking. Thinking had exhausted him months ago. There was no anger left. No hopes, no questions. For the first time, he didn't miss Jennifer. He didn't hate her either. He simply understood. that some people aren't meant to survive the things they feel. He wasn't weak, he wasn't impulsive, he was exhausted. Exhausted from waiting, from hoping, from surviving days that felt identical except for how much they hurt. Ethan didn't blame her anymore. Blame requires energy. Love had taken all of his. He looked at his phone one last time, scrolled past her name, didn't open it, didn't type. Because what would he say? I'm proud of you would be a lie. I miss you would change nothing. Come back was no longer an option. He placed the phone face down, and for the first time in a year, he felt calm. Not relief, not peace, just acceptance. The kind that comes when you finally stop fighting the inevitable. Some stories don't end with closure. They end with absence. No goodbye message, no dramatic moment. Just a boy who loved too deeply in a world that rewarded ambition more than devotion. Jennifer would go on to succeed. She would laugh again, she would win awards, she would tell people she once loved someone deeply. But she would never know the exact night Ethan stopped existing in the world. And that's the cruelest part. Not that she left, not that he loved her, but that his ending happened without ever interrupting her beginning. People think pain pushes you over the edge. It doesn't. Pain makes you fight. It makes you beg. It makes you cling. What ends you is when the pain stops asking you to stay. Ethan didn't leave a note. He didn't need to explain himself. His life had already been a confession. By morning, the city woke up as usual. Traffic, voices, dreams in motion. And somewhere between all that movement, Ethan didn't. Jennifer, months later, would stand on a stage. Applause washing over her, lights blinding her vision. She would smile because that's what winners do. And for a split second, with no reason she could explain, her chest would ache. She would shake it off, tell herself she chose right, tell herself this life was worth everything. But she would never know that the man who loved her the most didn't lose her to another man. He lost himself to a world that taught him he was replaceable, to a world that taught him his love wasn't enough.